Options, play, options, play, options, play. Alrighty folks, welcome back to Mishka. Today we are playing one of my all-time favourite games. I've been waiting such a long time to play this on the channel, Subnautica. And can I just say how beautiful is this menu screen? It is amazing. Also, something I didn't know happened 2 years ago, because really I've not played this game in many years. Living Large update, so they've brought the large room and glass dome from the Below Zero game. Another thing I didn't know, I was on Reddit and learned that Subnautica 2 is in development. So they've made Subnautica, and then they made Subnautica Below Zero, which is really impressive from what I've seen. In terms of how much I've played these games, I have played Subnautica, I would assume, just a little bit over halfway. And when it comes to Subnautica Below Zero, I played it like just the very beginning and nothing else, which was very cool because it was voice acted. However, this one, very excited to bring this to you. Now, there's a few things I'm experimenting with, like I've changed my sensitivity. I've also changed the FOV to 90, which is something I haven't used, I don't think, on any game yet, so we'll see how I feel about that. Preset of the quality is high quality instead of high performance, so we'll see how that handles. But we're using the Xbox Series X, so it should be fine. And, oh, there's something I don't like, the hold to run thing. Yeah, toggle, we want toggle on. Alright, we are good to go. I am really excited. You've got creative where you can just build anything. You know, there's no need for all the oxygen, food, anything like that. Hardcore, you've only got one life. Freedom, no hunger or thirst. And just the normal game. It says crash land on a dangerous alien planet, scavenge resources, and manage hunger and thirst to survive. So in this game, we're going to crash land on a planet. I'm not going to say anything about the story that I know already. Game's been out for a very long time. But for anyone that hasn't seen it yet, I love this game. I really recommend you watch this. I really recommend you play this game. If you like kind of survival. It's almost horror, especially for people like me that don't like deep water. It's not a fear, you know, but it's like, you know, deep water, like what you see in this game, is absolutely terrifying. Obviously, it gets very dark down there as well, but it's a sort of survival, crafting. You've got hunger, thirst, oxygen, because obviously you're diving under the water. All sorts of stuff to contend with, but this is going to be amazing. Altera there in the bottom left, that's the, I suppose, company that you work for, and that is the Aurora ship crash landing onto a planet. Oh, another thing, just while this plays, the soundtrack to this game is so good. So good. Anyway, here we go. We are abandoning the Aurora, getting into our life pod.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
And there we go, leaving the Aurora. It blows up. And here we are, life pod's on fire. There we go, we'll put out the fire. Can I have the life pod being on fire? There we go. Woo! And here's our PDA. God, I love this game. I love everything about this game, man.
This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the data bank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Now, what I'm going to try and do, I really want to talk over my plans for this series. It's got a lot. Oh my god! I just noticed the fucking field of view difference. Whoa! It's got a lot of grinding for resources, going around and collecting loads of stuff because you've got to craft this thing. You've got to go and get all these resources and stuff. I am going to try and cut out 90% of that. What I'm going to try and do with this series is keep the episodes relatively short, and by that I mean play for like an hour and cut out like 40 minutes, because 40 minutes is just going to be me collecting stuff. So I'm going to try my best to cut out as much as possible, but obviously that isn't going to happen at the first episode, because the first episode, context is important. It's important to show you what the game is like and what the world's like and all that sort of stuff. So it won't really happen now, but as we go through this series, the episodes will absolutely change, where I will start to I'll start to cut more. And here we are. That is the Aurora. Crash landed.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
So it doesn't detect any human life signs. This is the world we're on. There's a planet or moon. Looks like a moon, right? Because it's orbiting. Yeah. And then there's the sun. This planet, as you can see, all water. Let me try and get my bearings again, because it's been a while. So obviously the fabricator, I'm trying to decide in my head what I want to show you first. Fabricator, so we can make basic materials. So titanium, if we get metal salvage that's come off the Aurora, turn it into titanium. We can make titanium ingots, silicone rubber, glass, and bleach. We've got electronics, we have copper wire, batteries, wiring kits, and computer chips. So these are all the things, water, these are all the things that our fabricator can make. So like if we get titanium, we can make a better oxygen tank for when we dive underwater. Fins, first aid kit, floating air pump, pipe, fire extinguisher, tools. We've got the scanner, which is the most important thing in the game. We need this. Repair tool, which is going to let us repair all these things that are broken in here. We got the flashlight, we got the habitat builder, which is going to let us build a base. One of the coolest parts about this game. We got a flare, we got a survival knife, it's also very important. The sea glide, which is sort of a fan propelled, it's like a turbine thing that's going to propel us forward and give us more speed under the water. Mobile vehicle bay, which is going to let us craft vehicles. We've got the waterproof locker. So fabricator can make a lot of different things. We've got a little storage container here which can hold a lot. It's got some water and food in it already, and flares. We have a medkit fabricator which just progressively makes medkits for us over time. Radio, but it's damaged. And the secondary systems, so for example these distress signal flotation devices are deployed, hull integrity is okay. But yeah, that's going to repair the secondary systems. So, oh, and down there, sorry, very important. As you can see, we have power up the top of the screen there, 75. That's because of these solar power cells. So as we use the fabricator and things, that'll drain power. And because it's solar, obviously at night, we're not going to be gaining any power. Here is Subnautica. Oh my god, it is good to be here. It is good to be back. I'm going to get some of this metal salvage, because titanium is pretty important. We've got a lot of things to do, I have a lot of things to explain. Here's one of the fish in the game, a peeper. There it is. I'm going to grab a couple of these. A lot of the noises are very scary in this game. They've done really well with the sound, like just the same as they've done really well with the music. Just the sound in general in this game is so good. You can enter and leave the life pod from the bottom, but there's a cutscene the first time you leave it, and that's why I'm choosing not to right now. So we can cook the peepers.
bodily fluids and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
And looks like I regain health over time, actually, so I might not need to use this. And of course, if we go here, we can make titanium from the metal salvage. As you can see, the power's going down up the top, but gradually goes back up because of the solar panels. So there's a lot more that I want to show. I think what we'll do first, though, is I will show that little cutscene there. There we go. Right, so the PDA. So this is where we have our inventory. It's got all of our stuff. It's got everything that we're going to be over on the right there. It's got everything that we're going to be putting on our body. We have blueprints. So this is all the stuff that we can make, or that the PDA knows we can make eventually, like these. Ingredients are unknown though. We have the beacon manager, so we can always see where our life pod is, but we can turn that off. Same with if we drop any other beacons. If we press the right stick, because I'm playing Xbox, take a screenshot. This is all the things that the PDA has said to me. You can play them back. And then we've got the data bank. Now I'm going to go through pretty much all of these, and I will leave a timestamp for what to skip to if you do not care about this stuff. But I'm going to go through most of it. So you've got like the air pumps. I'm not going to use these. The scanner. This is important. I like to go through and read all these. What I might do is just say, so here's the scanner, hit pause, and then you can read this. And I'll say hit pause and you can read this. And hit pause and you can read the bottom. Repair tool, that's it there. Hit pause and you can read it. And what I'll do is I'll just read these in my own time. The aquarium I will build. Hit pause if you want to read this. The fabricator, if you want to read about that. And the habitat builder, if you want to read about that. I will let you pause here. And let you pause there at the bottom. I will read these. I love reading about them all. I just think it's so cool. And the solar panels, which you can build on your base. There you go. You can hit pause and read that as well. I'll just go through all these real quick. Mobile vehicle bay. This is what's going to let us make our vehicles in the future. Sea glide, like I said, sort of like a turbine that propels you through the water. There you go, if you want to read it. And survival package, let's see, so there's a lot of stuff here. So there's our life pod, if you want to read about that. Just hit pause here, and hit pause there. That's our suit that we've got on, if you want to read about it. There you go. Aurora ship status, there it is, if you want to read about it. Hit pause there. And hit pause there. PDA. Actually, I'm going to read this one, because it says start here. I'm actually going to read it. Survival checklist. If you want to read the survival checklist, there it is. Blueprint database corrupted. And this is where it's saying that most of the blueprints we don't have, and we're actually going to have to go out and find. But anyway, what we were going to read. So, start here. If you're reading this, then you have survived an emergency evacuation of a capital-class ship equipped with Altera technology. Congratulations, the hard part is over. Your PDA has automatically rebooted in emergency mode. This operating system has one directive: to keep you alive in a hostile alien world. If that is not possible, it will alert salvage teams to your location, to the location of your remains. It features full monitoring of vital signs for timely survival advice, blueprints for fabricating a range of essential survival equipment tailored to your environment, on-board camera, microphone, and OCR technology for short-range situational analysis, cross-compatibility with all Altera-compliant products. NB, what is NB? Your personal and work files. Oh, is that us? Your personal and work files have been encrypted and may be retrieved at a later date by a licensed engineer. So, that is the PDA. That is our data bank with all the information that we could ever need. One thing I will say is it zooms in and then zooms back out when I use the PDA, which I don't think it does in 60 FPS, or maybe I just didn't notice it before. Anyway, right, we have a lot to do. So obviously, one thing I like to do is go through this and sort of decide what I need the most. So for example, really need a scanner, so I need a battery. I really need the repair tool to repair this place, so I need silicone rubber and cave sulfur. Silicone rubber you get with concrete vein seed clusters, which we'll go find in a second. And the battery, we need acid mushrooms and copper. And cave sulfur is very specific. I'll describe where we get that when we see it. Also need more silicone rubber for the survival knife, so we're going to need a few of those seed clusters. I think it was 2 per silicone rubber, wasn't it? Oh no, you get 2 silicone rubber for 1. Okay. So we need 2 of this. Obviously, I've talked so long and read the database for so long that it is now... Just double checking I know the controls. Okay. Yeah, it is now nighttime. Because I spent so long. Here's the limestone. So when it comes to this stuff, you can't really see it, right? I wonder actually if there is brightness. There's gamma. I'm not going to mess with that too much.
Copper is an essential
What I've decided to do, hold on, I'm going to fix it in OBS.
component
Right, I'm back.
of powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
There we go. So because we found copper, the game thinks we've got a much higher chance of survival. I mean, get copper and titanium and those limestone outcrops. Also, these are bladderfish. Oh, the game has glitched because I didn't come out of the water properly, I don't think. Yeah, it realised. With the bladderfish, by the way, I'm also thinking that the music might actually be just slightly too loud. So, bladderfish, yeah, it says something. So when you pick up new fish and things like that, they do go into your data bank. Oh no, it's when you scan them. Sorry, it's not when you pick them up. It's when you scan them, yeah. So, oh, I didn't mean to cook it. Oh, Liam. Too busy talking. I find it really hard to talk and concentrate at the same time for some reason. Right. We'll eat that and we'll drink that. So bladderfish, it says something like their body's mostly water, so you can turn them straight from bladderfish into bottled water, which is nice. So you want to be collecting these as much as possible. So down here, these glowing clusters here, these are the seed clusters that we need for silicone rubber. Luckily for me, I know most of this game already, so I can just kind of fly through things and get all the things I need right away because I know where they are and I know what I'm doing. But for anyone that's new, it would definitely be a lot tougher. Like, for example, this brain coral, it's called, will give you oxygen. It drops oxygen bubbles. That's an alien egg already.
This planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
So we got the seed clusters. We still need. Let's get more titanium. Probably need a lot more copper. We have 1, which is, I think, all we need. But it would probably be a good idea to grab a little bit more. Actually, to be honest, I'm just thinking about it. I might as well just go back now. Oh god, this it's very rare to see something like that close to the surface. Like what am I trying to say here? You know, it's rare to see something you can stand on that close to the surface. I actually wouldn't let me stand on it, but you get what I mean. Yeah, there we go. We'll make a couple of these. Actually, you can use those for lubricant as well, but I don't need that anytime soon, so we'll make a couple of them. We will make a battery. That's our only copper gone. It's now just unlocked the power cell. Obviously, we can make water because we got that bladderfish. Now we'll make the standard O2 tank. Radiation levels.
Is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
We're also going to make fins because it lets us swim 15% quicker.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment.
There's the scanner.
For your safety,
I'm just going to let it say this first.
From salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
There we go. And now we'll make the knife.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Brexit Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
So, very important. Obviously, we can't make these yet. I don't need to make a locker or anything like that. Same with up here. This is kind of stuff that you make so that you can make other things, right? So we're not going to bother with anything there. We don't need food or water. So what would be next? Well, high capacity tank, I'd say, should be next, which is going to need us to get silver and glass. Now, those we're going to get a little bit further away from the life pod. So what we'll focus on first is the repair tool. We're going to try and get cave sulfur. And we want the habitat builder, but it requires silver and like coral stuff that you need to get. Trying to think, maybe gold as well, I think, for the computer chip. Is that right? I actually can't remember now. It really has been years. Wiring kit. Yeah, you do. So gold, copper wire. So copper wire is just 2 copper. So we need 2 copper, 2 table coral sample, 1 gold, 2 silver, and and then another copper and another one of those acid mushrooms. We also need, yeah, so we need cave sulfur as well. Okay, so actually, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. I can actually go get all this stuff. It's just going to take me a minute to remember where you get some of the things and just kind of work my way around. What I'm going to do is, since I need table coral, I'm going to go get that first. I think I only needed 2, but I'm going to grab a few just so that I've got some spare. There we go. This is out here. So we will grab maybe 4 of these. And now, obviously, the high capacity tank is giving us 75 oxygen, so that's obviously way, way better. I'm going to travel a wee bit of a distance now in just any random direction here. Just because you can't get gold and you can't get silver and you can't get glass anywhere around the life pod there. So we're just going to head in a direction. Oh, I forgot I can scan things now. Let's try and scan these. They drop gas that really, really, really hurts. This stuff, they explode. There we go. You can scan pretty much everything in this game, and then go into your data bank and read about them, which is really cool.
30 seconds.
There's a cave down there, which I'm going to assume might have cave sulfur in it. So to try and get that, there's little, there's the Aurora. There's little, some of the wreckage of the Aurora over there, actually, we'll go check out in a minute. To get cave sulfur, there's little alien creatures that explode. There's another creature for us to scan. If I can aim properly. Shuttlebug. Oh god, this is a deep cave. Oh my god, there's sandstone chunks. We actually need these. These can hold silver and gold. Oh, and lead. I forgot about that, actually. What we'll do is we'll actually just get our oxygen from here, provided. There we go. It's talking about the sulfur. That's the whole reason I came in here. Now, these quartz, 2 of these turn into glass. So we're actually in a really, really nice spot here now. Because we just got ourselves kind of everything we were looking for there. There's a Leviathan out there. I'm going to go out and have a look, actually, just for a wee second. We'll just need to remember where this cave is so that we can get back. Actually, we can head down there and get a lot of the stuff we need as well, but I'm going to give this a scan first. So, where we are now... Reefbacks. God, I forgot about you. So where we are now... Oh, and the brain coral, we can actually... There's sharks here. There are sharks in these areas. So obviously I'm going to try and be as careful as I can. But this sort of red I'm going to call it red sand. I know it's not red sand, it's kind of red grass and sand, right? But I'm going to call it red grass area or something, right? Just for simplicity. And since you've watched the first episode with me here, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say red grass, right? Even though it isn't. Or the red sand area, whatever I say. It's neither of those things. It's not really red grass, and it's not red sand at all, but when I say one of those things, you'll know what I mean. Right, I'm going to actually drop metal salvage because titanium's very easy to come by. But all these other materials that are picking up, there's one of those sharks I was talking about, which I'm actually tempted to go and scan if I can. I think I've got a medkit on me. I'm going to double check. Right, I've got a medkit on me. Oh, there's another fish I've not scanned yet. With the weird eye on the top of it. You fucker. Wee biters are biting me. There's a sand shark over there. Bioreactor fragment. So, what I just got there, this is really important. What I just got there was a blueprint fragment. It's a fragment of a blueprint that I need, so... Nice, it stayed in the sand. And I actually managed to... Oh, it's coming for me though. Whoa! Yeah, actually, do you know what? I'm going to go back to where that cave was. I don't 100% remember where that cave was. It might be in there, actually. But, yeah, I think it's in there. But I'm going to go back in there once I get oxygen. Whew, right. There's a few things to scan on that reef back as well. Let me go do that. There's also usually on these little tiger plants, they fire spikes and they hurt for sure. Right, we're close to the surface, so I'm just going to go a wee bit more oxygen again and then we'll head to that cave. So, my plan for these episodes is actually to record for maybe about an hour, if I can, each time. But there we go. That's it. That's what I need. Oh, don't kill me. Woo! Managed to dodge it. So those little explosive guys, they come at you and they try and blow you up. But what they leave in their home there is cave sulfur, and that's what you need for obviously a lot of that stuff. Obviously we can scan these as well as the fish. I've never actually scanned one of those fish before. I've always just ran away. I'm really glad I was actually able to scan that one. What was that? Can get this as well. There's a sea glide, by the way, in there. This is the thing that we really want. It's going to make us so much faster. These little wrecks from the Aurora. There we go, we got it. That is amazing. So these little blueprints, you find little fragments, and it's not always the full blueprint, it's just bits of it. And obviously you go around, like that one I had to find 2, I did. This is a beacon, you need 2 of these. There is 2, I can see another one. You might be asking what happens if you have 2 and then there's another one like that. And what happens is you, hold on, I'm actually just going to show you as well. You can run out of oxygen and the screen starts to fade to black, but as long as you get to the surface before the screen goes fully black, you're okay. But yeah, you might be asking what happens if there's like 3 blueprint fragments there, but you only need 2. If you scan a blueprint that you already have, you just get 2 titanium. It gives you 2 titanium because you've scanned something that you already had. Which obviously, you know, titanium, it's not amazing. Like I said, you can get it in a lot of places. But obviously very important and is needed in a lot of different things, including building, especially. Building stuff takes a lot. What I'm going to do maybe this episode is actually just record for 45 minutes. And the reason I'm making it a little bit shorter is because there's a bladderfish, which I don't know if we scanned already. No, because if we scan this, it's like I said, one of the databank entries that tells you that it's mostly made of water and things. Anything else we haven't scanned yet? I know there's definitely fish we haven't scanned yet, but... There's one, boomerang. Let's scan you. And... you. I've not scanned one of these yet. So, because this episode's mostly me talking, explaining my plans with the series and talking about the game and all the different things, you know, because it's the intro and stuff, a lot of this won't get cut. Like I said, the earlier episodes definitely will have more in them. And because of that, I'm only going to record for 45 minutes this episode. But every other one I'll record for an hour. And we'll just, I'll cut that down to whatever it gets cut down to. There won't be a number, it'll just be genuinely whatever it gets cut down to. Gonna make a lot of glass. I'll leave a few quartz in my inventory. I think you do need quartz for some things. We got the silver for wiring kits. Computer chip, we need copper wire. I don't think we got much copper, is one thing. No, we didn't get any. Right, so one thing I have to do is go out and get 2 copper, and what I might do is I might go do that now then. Because we've got a few more things in the, what's it called, in the PDA for us to look at as well, that if you want to read them, I'll give you the opportunity to do that. I know that does add a little bit of time to the videos for the people that don't care about the PDA or the databank entries. But for someone like me who loves to read them, love learning about the lore of different games in general, but then learning about the lore of such an awesome alien game, you know, I just love that. I really do. What I could do as well, actually, is drink some water, because I know I made some. If your hunger or thirst goes down to 0, every maybe 15 seconds or so, you're going to take some damage. Maybe it's 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, you'll start taking damage until you are dead. So you've either got the option of just constantly using medkits until you get back somewhere that has food, or actually just eating something if you've got that option, eating or drinking. One thing though is oxygen. You cannot let that run out. Obviously, like I said, the screen starts to go black. It does not matter what your health is at, you will just die if your screen goes black. And when you die in this game, you lose, I think, like half your inventory or something, and appear back home. Obviously, if you were playing hardcore mode, you would just, the game would end. So what we'll do is we'll make some copper wire, and we'll see if we can make some of those things that I wanted to make. So first of all, equipment. I wanted to make the high capacity tank. I can. So what I'm going to do is you've got to, well, actually you've got to take this off, but obviously my inventory's full, so I am going to put a bunch of titanium in there for later on. That was probably too much. Oh, not what I want to do. I'm forgetting the buttons. There we go. Take the tank off. And there we go. With that, we can... So let me just check. So there's nothing else I wanted to make in here, right? Oh, the rebreather is very good, but you need fiber mesh. Ooh, we do have some more time before I'll stop recording. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go grab that, is the creep vine. If you can get to the creep vine and you cut some, you can make some fiber mesh. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I think the sun's going down. It's obviously getting pretty dark. I did you the favour of turning the brightness up a little bit. I hope it actually did make a difference. I'm going to cut a lot of this because I do think you need a lot. I think it's the seed clusters are 1 seed cluster for 2 of the thing it makes, but this is different. It's like 2 creep vine for 1 of the thing it makes or something. It's the opposite. There's a stalker behind me. Those are very angry, bitey creatures. Here they are. Ow. It's okay. Once it takes a chunk out of you, it's satisfied. Its hunger is satiated for a little bit. Not long, but enough for me to do that. There's also a hoverfish, which you know, probably not the best place to be scanning stuff, but I know I didn't have one of those yet. Boomerang I got, I'm sure. There's a creature egg. Can I scan these? Is this something I can scan? Oh, and there's salt as well, which can't be scanned, but might as well pick it up. So we'll head back to the life pod now. Oh, and maybe grab a couple of these just for food and water. Might just be a coincidence, but it also seems like peepers don't run away as much at night time. Maybe it says something in the PDA about how they don't react as well at night. But we'll cook one of those for food. We'll drink some water. We'll use the first aid kit. Alright. Now, we wanted a rebreather, so fiber mesh is what we need. There it is. Yeah, I was right. 2 creepvine for 1 fiber mesh. It's the opposite. I knew it. Also, creepvine can be eaten in a pinch if you really need food. Yeah, there we go. Rebreather. Also, since I never read it, conserves oxygen when diving deeper, absorbs and recycles CO2 into breathable air. I think it's once you go below 100 meters, and obviously the pressure gets higher. Once you go below 100 meters, you start using more oxygen per second than normal. The rebreather stops that. You just use normal amounts of oxygen as you dive. Okay, and next would be... There's the repair tool. Nice. Pathfinder tool we're not going to bother with. Flashlight's actually quite good. Glass and battery. Let's do that. I'm going to need 1 copper. I can make the glass. I'm going to need 1 copper. Let me go find that first, because it shouldn't be too difficult. Also, oh, another thing I've not explained, there's little green bars there. Just by the scanner, there's a little green bar, and it's starting to empty a little bit. Those are the battery. You know, the amount of battery that's left in it. And obviously the battery will need replaced, which you can unload the battery, load the battery. Also, you can do a self-scan. I forgot about that.
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Forgot you can do that. Yeah, you can self-scan. There's titanium. I know I don't need titanium yet. I'm actually just going to leave that for a bit. What I'm looking for, obviously, is copper. Also, to break... Let's go in here, actually, and see if we can find stuff. Grab these, grab the quartz. Nice. Oh, no. That's one of the explosives. That was one of the exploding guys. Made that noise. Keep getting titanium. Oh, so in I don't know if I explained this already, but those limestone outcrops can either have titanium or copper. I don't know if it's 50-50. I seem to be getting a lot more titanium. There's another one of those. Probably a good idea, to be honest, because with that out of there, I can grab this. And if I need any more, now I've got it. When you're destroying these with your hand, it takes 3 hits, but when you destroy it with an item in your hand, like the scanner or something, it only takes the 1. Oh, nice, another one. Okay. I think the strategy is make it fly past you like that, and then go behind it. I think I only needed the 1 copper, so I'm actually just going to go back, because I think this is a roundabout where I'll end the episode. We'll go through the databank entries that we found and... Alright, what are we making? So, repair tool, obviously. Important. Also going to turn this into water. I think we caught a peeper as well? No, we didn't. Okay. And I wanted the habitat builder, which unfortunately is going to need more things. Let's see, we've also can make the battery. I thought I made a wiring kit. Did I have to use that on something else? Did I have to use the wiring kit on something? Oh, I had to use it on the rebreather. Ooh. I didn't know that. So we need another wiring kit, and we need actually another battery as well once I make this flashlight. Whoa, look how much that lit up the room. Yeah, the flashlight was quite good. Computer chip, wiring kit, and battery. So we can make the computer chip, because we got all the materials for that earlier. But we need 2 more silver. Oh, and I can make a battery already. So I did get 2 copper. So I need 2 silver. I don't think I stored any. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Alright, so we need 2 silver. We'll get that next time. But the main thing is we can repair. We'll do that next time as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my outro. Say thank you so much for joining me with Subnautica, because I'm so excited to play this game. It is amazing. Thank you for joining me for episode 1. I will see you in episode 2, hopefully. I hope you're enjoying so far. And this is it telling us we got 6 new blueprints, which we can go check out. There they are. We've already made some of these. But I like the PDA, I like the information it gives you and stuff like that. And obviously there's all the things it was saying. So I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you join me for episode 2. And I will see you there. Cheers! And just as a wee outro, obviously we'll go through all these. If you want to read them, you can hit pause and read.